Today's going to be about the Stormlight Archive, and I'm going to tell you 10, I think, I didn't count, reasons to read that series. Number 1, the world building. It's amazing. It's alien, it's unique, there's a lot of history, there's different species, there are lots of different creatures, and of course, crabs and chickens. 2, the main characters and their arcs are amazing, except for Emily, but she's another story. They are, how should I put this? Broken people trying to heal without being grimdark. It feels old school because it's on an epic scale with a lot of descriptions and stuff like that, but their arcs feel very modern, while the rest feels old school. 3, side characters. They're amazing as well. Some are very interesting, some are less interesting, but are needed to fill the holes, as I say. Some of them having their own novellas. Lift, having Edge Dancer. There's a Risen, that's got, what's the name again, Dawnshard. And we'll have Rock as well, who have an as of yet unnamed novella. There are also others that are in the background now, like for example Renarin, that will be explored later. So smaller characters will be very important later on in the second arc of 5 books of Stormlight Archive. And of course there's an old friend of ours you might recognize. He's an old familiar face from some other Cosmere series, and he gets quite a role in later books. Number 4, the great depictions of mental health issues, as I have already mentioned, with, of course, our main characters. We see depression, we see split personality disorders, we see repressed trauma, we see PTSD, stuff like that, and they are well done, and instead of avoiding them or just, mentioning them offhand, Sanderson tackles them head-on in this novel, even more than he did in his previous novels. As it's Brandon Sanderson, so number 5, the Sanderlanche. We all know it, we all love it, it's the reason why we read it, and the endings and payoffs and the reveals and everything coming together at the end are so magnificent that, it's a chef's kiss. Truly, truly, truly amazing. The representation, there are characters that are gay, openly lesbian, openly queer, I don't think so, maybe a bit, pan. There are even aromantic characters, well there's one aromantic characters, as far as I know. So yeah, there's a lot of representation, and they get handled as they should be handled, aka as just a normal character with lives and depth and their strength and their weaknesses, as they should be. Reason number 7, there's a guy called Rock, and he's always cooking. Number 8 is it turns everything you know upside down, inside out, backwards, forwards, just because there are, on one hand, there's a lot of Cosmere connection, but during the novels, there's so much stuff that happens and so many big reveals that you get twisted and turned more than once, like multiple times per book. Sometimes even more than once per part. So that was number 8. We have number 9, as is, of course, again, usual with Brandon Sanderson. He has a great and well thought out magic system, again, on Roshar, with some deviations from the norm, making it more interesting, again, because, we have this set of rules, and then, while not breaking these rules, but bending them, or using them in a variation of it, you can use the magic in another way, while still making sense. I'm not going to go into spoilers here, but there are variants of the bond that our magic users make with their creatures. You'll see. I'm not going to spoil, but you'll see. And the way he writes it, every chapter, every part, every book, you get a better and bigger understanding of it, while at the same time also having this feeling that you don't understand shit. So that's something great as well. Add the fact that they use the material that's fueling the magic as currency. This makes for an interesting economical relationship between some people. So yeah, you'll see that as well. Reason number, I have lost count by the way. I think we're at reason number 10 now. The great battle scenes, great military actions, consulted by our own fellow actual historical expert, YouTube / university teacher / whatever he is, Shadiversity, combined with the depiction of the other side of war. The gritty and evil side, the gritty and evil dark side, and the people staying home as well, not knowing what's happening. You as a reader know what's happening, but we have these multiple points of view that don't know anything from each other. Especially in the third book, this one here, Oathbringer, this gets explored in a very, very not so subtle, but very cool way. And reason number 11-ish, it's a reason for me to read it, maybe not for you, but I personally believe that it's setting up this Marvel style, MCU style team up together with Mistborn eras 3 and 4. Maybe 2, depending on how that novel follows. What's the name again? The Lost Metal. Depending on how the story there goes, I think Mistborn Era 4 will be the last, I think, and then an ending trilogy. So I think this, so Stormlight and Mistborn Era 3 and 4 and maybe 2 will be the precursors or preludes to the Marvel MCU style team up, not necessarily with the characters that we have, but with the magic systems. There will be some characters, of that I have zero doubt, that will team up. Some will probably even team up in 2 different sides, not unlike Civil War. But I have this sense that what we are reading now, as in all of the Cosmere that's been made now, plus Dragonsteel, plus whatever's coming for Elantris and Warbreaker, maybe plus the secret projects. I don't know how Cosmere involved those will be. Maybe the 4th one will be the most Cosmere involved. But I believe that what we are reading now is comparable to watching Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor before watching the Avengers, and watching every movie in Marvel's phases 1, 2, and 3 that will lead up to watching Infinity War and Endgame at the ending to wrap up the Infinity Saga. And I think we can compare this a bit. Not completely, because I'm sure a lot of characters here and in Mistborn and in whatever will not make it. Some are even confirmed not to make it because, well, they're already dead, but I'm not going to say who. But there will be characters still alive. There will be characters, maybe descendants. There will be characters that are alive in one sense, maybe not alive in another. There are characters that I'm sure will time travel, or at least time delayed, so that they can live on to there. So yeah, those were my reasons for you to read the Stormlight Archive, and I'm sure there are dozens more, but that's up to you. Leave that in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe if you like it. You know the drill, guys. But for now, my mission's been accomplished. See you next time.